Today we chatted with Crickett Lochner, owner of Driftless Music Gardens. Crickett shared how she got started putting on music festivals at this natural amphitheater and how they have adapted to music events during COVID. Normally hosting People Fest and the Bonfire Music and Arts Festival, they have now moved into a DriveIn Concert Series to keep themselves, the audience, and the band safe. I'm Amy, and he's Brent, and this is La Crosse Local.
My name is Crickett Lochner. I was born here at Driftless Music Gardens. I'm actually the sixth generation off from the property. And getting into putting on music festivals, my husband is a musician in the People Brothers band. When him and I first met up, I was doing like camping parties, and then when we got together, we started having musical parties, music camping turning into festivals, because we both love hanging out with our friends and we love live music. How can we have the two collaborate? And so we started, I think this is our 13th year together with many other people that are included, such as my brother-in-law and many other band members of the People Brothers help put Driftless Music Gardens to be what it is today. But we started off as the People Brothers band hosting these events, and then we've now developed into Driftless Music Gardens.
You share on your site for the Driftless Music Gardens natural amphitheater with experiences for the whole family, including camping. Why is that family aspect so important to you?
Family is like your core rock, and why not share the love that you have for music with the ones that you love best? Having the youth, the children, grow through these years and see how their love for music and love for each other have developed is really special. It's really great to see how things have evolved within our music community, and being able to have a safe place for everybody to bring their families, because not many shows parents feel comfortable bringing their little ones. And so being able to offer that, we're really glad that we have that option. Like, we've even taken the point of having a disc golf course during the festivals, so the kids have something to do. We have kids activities, and that's all during the festivals. Now with the DriveIn Series, we've put a complete halt, because with the severity of our current situation, we feel that kids really don't have the understanding of keeping a social distance with others. And so that's one of the reasons why we asked no one under 21 comes, just for a little bit more safety. And we hope that those adults have a little bit better understanding of social distancing.
Yeah, because normally, you have People Fest out there, you have Bonfire Music and Arts Festival, but, due to COVID, you've moved to these DriveIn Concert Series. How did that idea come about?
Well, since we didn't feel comfortable having people camp, what was the next best thing that we could do for, one, our business, and two, our consumers? Because everybody's so drawn and connected to music. It's really hard, especially when my husband, who's still in a band, and many of the other owners are also in a band, and that's all come to a halt. So all the creativity is stopped, and we're like, how can we offer a space? Well, one idea that was floating around on the interwebs was over in Europe, they were doing some drive-in concert series. And we're like, wow, that's really cool. Well, we have these rolling hills, and we could possibly elevate the site for people so they have a direct line of view without being blocked, without having a projection screen, without including an FM radio, and still feel like you're at a real concert and get that feeling that you get when you're up front row and dancing all crazy and letting all that expression out. You can still have those experiences just next to your vehicle in a tailgating space. We wanted to provide something safe for everyone, because it is a big concern. We have many friends that are in the medical field, and the severity that we hear from them of their experiences that they're dealing with on the front lines of hygiene. How can we implement a really safe environment for that? So all these thoughts were going into our head of how could we actually pull off a safe awesome experience for people to come out, especially during our current times of checking out from the day to day and getting a little bit hope back into their day.
I've been hearing a lot about these drive-in experiences, and at first I was a little, what's this going to be about? But then I realized I have, as a youth, attended, many drive-in movie theaters when I was much younger. And also when you throw in that tailgating aspect of it, that's common. That's something that people love to do. It seems to make sense. For people that are a little kind of potentially on the edge, what can they expect when attending a drive-in concert?
Sure. So we have a great video out there right now. I'll have to share the link with you on that. Explains the whole experience. So our check-in system, when you arrive on site, because all of our orders are pre-sold online, because we want to reduce our engagement as much as possible, so there's no contact. At the time of arrival, we are literally checking you in by the information that you submitted with your ticket purchase, verifying your vehicle information, and then there's also verifying the head count that you signed up for as well. So once that first step is crossed, which is really easy because we have a long driveway, so we see you coming down a mile of road and see your license plate, we're like, cool, man, come on in, you're all good. And then the next stop is you get a program, and all of our staff is wearing masks and gloves. But at the time that your one point of engagement is you're getting a program, you're getting a bottle of hand sanitizer, which we've teamed up with Lacrosse Distillery, and they're one of our big sponsors for the DriveIn Concert Series. We send them down to parking. So if you're a truck, you're parked a little bit more in the back. If you're a tiny compact car, you're a little bit closer to the main stage. Each of the performers are also on a stage, an individual stage. So each performer has their own stage. So they're all separated 6 feet minimally apart from one another. We have porta potties that have wash stations, and we also have a attendant that wipes down the porta potties as well, because it is one of our common areas that we are asking people to be masked. And then afterwards, there's a wash station. There's even complimentary water if needed. And then there is an honor system, merchandise system. So if you need to buy a bandana or want some stickers, there's an honor system of a merchandise. But people are tailgating, so you get the traditional Wisconsin experience for tailgating. People have their coolers out. They will have their stoves going. I think I walked by one that was making fajitas one day, burgers on the next, and towards the end, they were doing grilled cheese.
What's next for Driftless Music Gardens? Is this something that you might continue, or it's all based on how we do with COVID and things like that?
At this point, we are playing things by ear with COVID, because the safety and health is our number one concern. If COVID brings back a little bit more normalcy so we can bring back the festivals, we definitely are excited to be bringing back our big events that you can camp 3 days at and never have to leave the grounds for. The DriveIn Series, I think, might carry over, because it seems to be going really well so far, and it gives us hopes for doing smaller events in the future for following years.
You've had a couple drive-in series, and just for my own personal, I have 3 kids. I don't necessarily want to camp out with them for 3 days, but I do want to spend maybe, a couple hours listening to music. I could see how that could bring in different people eventually when you can bring children. Have you seen a different sort of demographic that come out for the drive-out shows versus the festivals? There's
a lot of new faces. To tell you the truth, there's a lot of new people that have not come out to the festivals that are trying the drive-in tailgate series. That's a breath of fresh air, that more people are coming to check out what we're doing, because there's a lot of live music fans. People crave music to connect to. Even with Greg Hall and the Wrecking Ball up from Lacrosse, they have a powerful draw just within their own lacrosse community. And not everyone in that community goes to festivals, because they may just hang out in the lacrosse area because it's in their backyard. And so I think we're experiencing that right now, where a lot more people are checking out what's happening in their backyard.
So where can people find out more about the Driftless Music Gardens?
I definitely invite people to come out to driftlessmusicgardens.com and we can tell you all about the 3 different types of events that we have, which is Bonfire Music and Arts Festival, DriveIn Tailgate Concert Series, and then People Fest.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you would like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Locals. Subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We thank you for it.